Good morning. I pray that your Sunday was filled with spaces and places of joy, of peace, of happiness. I have missed you all so much. I had planned on doing a video almost every day last week, but the best laid plans did not happen. But I'm here today. Today, I posted earlier in my good morning picture. It was a picture that asks, what do you miss the most as we move into almost 11 months of COVID? What do you miss the most? But today, in this video, I want to talk about who do you miss the most? Some of us have lost loved ones, we've lost relatives. Some people, their persons have not died, you're just not able to connect the way you used to. Whatever your situation may be, my question is, who do you miss the most? And I want to share who I miss the most, someone who I lost during COVID. So I had a cousin, his name was Lamar Dames, and Lamar was probably about 9 or 10 years younger than I was. And his grandmother was my grandfather's sister. So it's a little further out in terms of the family connection. And as a result, I did not really grow up with Lamar. To be truthful, I don't really remember him growing up. I remember his brother and I remember his parents, but I don't remember him. But fast forward to now, we're all adults, and somehow the other Lamar started showing up at family gatherings, and he was a really cool guy. And so, um, what I forgot to say is when you share about who do you miss the most, the focus is on something that made you smile about the person, an experience that you had with them that just made you feel good. So back to my Lamar story. So anyway, Lamar, when I think about him, I will think of him as the consummate host. I'm telling you, he could really host. The gift of hospitality, that was definitely his gift. So a year before I want to say it was 2019, a bunch of friends who I had met in some travels, we decided to come together to do what we call the Harlem turn-up. Now, before some of you saints get upset, it meant we were coming together to hang out in Harlem because Harlem had drastically changed since I was a girl and used to go to church there. And so a number of us, we came from different parts of the country. We met up in Harlem. And so when I told Lamar I was going to come to New York, he was like, yeah, cuz we got to hook up. So we kind of, messaged back and forth, and he had found something for us to do. And I was earlier going to go to a Broadway show to see Ain't Too Proud to Beg with the ladies I was hooking up with. And we decided to meet after that show. Well, Lamar showed up, big grin on his face. We went down to the village and he showed me a really nice vegan restaurant. We walked around Washington Square Park because I had told him how much I remember doing it when I was young. And then that night, we went to Dizzy's place and listened to really good jazz because I had told him that I liked jazz. And then, when we left Dizzy's place, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. He was like, yeah, now we going to another club. And I was like, wait a minute, hold up. I am tired. I can't hang the way I used to. This has been wonderful. And so he kind of looked at me and smiled and laughed, and he dropped me off where I was staying. And so when I think about Lamar, I think about there's a second story in terms of him being the consummate host. Later that summer, another cousin, and I, we went up to spend the weekend with Lamar. And let me tell you, Lamar took us on the ultimate tour. We did a street fair in Jamaica, Queens. We went to Brooklyn to get something to eat. We went down by the piers. We went across the river into Manhattan. He took us into the West Village. He was just the consummate host. And so when I think about him, The good memories is of his laugh, how he always said cuz, how he always posted pictures of beautiful black women. Not necessarily with their clothes off, but just beautiful black women of all hues and all colors and all ages. He loved women. He loved people. And he has now gone on to be with the ancestors. And but I my heart is saddened, but it's also gladdened that I had opportunity to be able to just enjoy the gift that God had given him of hospitality. So I invite you to think about who you may have lost or who you may have missed. What person have you missed the most during these COVID times, and share a happy memory about it if you would. Even if you don't want to post it, which I really wish that you would, but just allow yourself to remember the good times, to remember what about that person that made you smile. A lot of times when the loss is fresh, we only think about things that make us sad, but let me tell you, we have things that make us sad, but we also have things about people who we miss, who we love, that really spark something inside of us and make us smile. It brings us with a sense of joy. It makes us smile. When I think of Lamar, I think about him wherever he may be, just spitting knowledge, talking about the black people who he loves so much, and looking down on family that he loved so much. And I can feel his spirit with me. And one thing that Lamar continued to impress upon me was to live your best life. Enjoy every moment of it. Enjoy everything that you can, because you only go around once. So again, I invite you to share, who do you miss during these COVID times, and share a happy memory. I love you all. Look forward to talking with you again. And I pray that today is a fabulous day for you, simply because you shared or thought about that good memory of whomever it is that you miss the most during these COVID times. Love you.